What's up, millionaires? It's your boy Millionaire E coming at you with a TV show episode review. Now, the TV show we're going to be talking about is Flash episode 3, season 7. Now, let me tell you about this episode. Before we get started on this episode, I have some news. For all My Hero Academia fans and people who have not seen My Hero Academia, season 5 is coming out next Saturday. And it's like, oh gosh, I'm so excited for it. Now, what I saw that they were going to do is they're going to have a episode 0 first, and then they're going to have an episode 1 April 3rd. But I'm like, man, I'm so excited because I love My Hero Academia. I've been waiting for season 5 to come in there. I'm so excited. I hope y'all will be excited too. And for people who haven't seen it yet, it's a really, really good anime. And I'll put my video that I talked about My Hero Academia in the description or at the end of the video. But back to Flash episode 3, season 7. Whew. This episode felt like a finale for me. It felt like the big inning game, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was so good. Like, you had all the fights and junk. You had, like I said in the last video, zombie apocalypse happening. Like, Eva's like, come on, she's taking people, throwing people into the mirrors, taking her mirror remnants out. They're all taking over, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, we don't know where to go. And then on top of that, we have OG Wells came out of nowhere. He came back from the dead. And if y'all know when I say OG Wells, I mean the original Wells. And what I mean that is because in the first episode, Ebert Thawne killed that Wells. No one knew who that Wells was. He killed that Wells and took his face. So he was the Harrison Wells. He basically was Harrison Wells. Nobody knew. He was Ebert Thawne. But he buried that Wells, and then that Wells came back. So that was like the one Wells that we have never met. He's like the number one. And we were all like, oh my gosh, it's him. And, I was like, whoa, this is so cool. And I was like, the Flash, he still lost his speed because, he had hurt a lot of people. And he was like, forget this speed. I don't want it anymore. So then what he did was they figured out a way, and it kind of reminded me of the song from Back to the Future, The Power of Love. And it's like, don't take money, don't take fame, don't need a credit card to ride this train. And I was like, wow, this just really reminds me of The Power of Love. And you'll see why. I'm not going to spoil it. And then another thing, what they did with Iris, I was like, man, they gave us a glimpse of it, but I was like, I wish they could have elongated that or made that longer. And you'll see what I'm saying. Because if you haven't heard, you can watch the episodes and you see some of the parts. I'm not going to spoil it. I'm trying to give you bits and pieces of it. And Eva, at first glance, I was like, in this first episode, I was like, okay, Eva, what are you doing? You are a clone. Why are you trying to kidnap everybody and stuff? And then she was finally, in this episode, she's like, I'm taking over the world. I'm going to kick everybody into the Mirrorverse and bring all my mirror remnants because you're all just messing with the world. And I was like, that doesn't really seem bad. I mean, she sounds really, really good. I mean, you get what I'm saying? It doesn't really sound like she's evil or anything. Like, all the villains like, I want world domination. I'm going to make everybody like my minions or whatever. I'm going to destroy the world with this big, huge laser. And then you got Eva who's like, well, we're destroying the world, so I'm going to throw y'all into the Mirrorverse where y'all can't do anything about it. And my mirror remnants will take care of it. So I'm like, oh, she doesn't seem really bad and stuff. So then, she's like, oh man, she's kind of figuring out or kind of in conflict. So then Flash and Iris do something that I was like, wow, I loved it. It was amazing. Like I said, I love this episode. What they did was they were like, Eva, this is not the way. You're hurting more people than saving them. And she's like, I can't stop it. And then they convince her to stop. And she reforms. She's basically reformed now. So she's like, you know what? She lets everybody out of the Mirrorverse. And then she's like, I'm going to go into the Mirrorverse and create my mirror remnants in love and stuff. Because the ones that she had out were all in hate. And she couldn't control them because they were just taking out people and stuff and throwing them in mirrors and stuff. And she was like, I'm going to change. And I was like, wow, that's super cool that the one villain, like, I was like, she didn't really seem like a villain to me. I was like, she had no purpose of doing what she was doing. And I was so happy that she was changed. And then, like I said, something happened with Iris that I was like, oh my gosh. And y'all will love it too. But it's been a great series, and I'm super psyched for this next episode because it was this weird ice dude or something. Because the last part of the episode, this is the last spoiler I'm gonna tell. Last part of the episode, it was like something went into the sky and it went out in different types of electrical, like different colors of electric. And I'm like, I wonder what that is and stuff. So and then this episode's talking about some ice dude and stuff. And Caitlin Snow, or Killer Frost, she's an ice person. So I'm like, what's gonna happen? I'm super psyched for it. So, it's been a great series. I hope people who have not seen it, y'all should check it out. People who have seen it, stay in there because it is amazing. And tell your parents, show your family this video, and I'll see y'all later. And talk to me in the comments, y'all. So, bye, y'all.